Glorious, gorgeous, stunning, and staggeringly good. Those are just some of the words being used to describe four-time Emmy and two-time Tony Award winner Laurie Metcalf's performance in the new Broadway play, Little Bear Ridge Road. Set on the outskirts of a small Idaho town during the COVID-19 pandemic, the play reunites the reclusive, razor-tongued Sarah, played by Metcalf, with her nephew, Ethan, who she has not seen in years. As the world begins to reopen, so too does their relationship in an emotionally expansive play full of comedy, drama, and the depths of human connection, despite being set around a single couch. Joining us now, star of Little Bear Ridge Road, award-winning actress Laurie Metcalf, who's getting rave reviews, and the show's playwright, Samuel D. Hunter, who is making his Broadway debut. Welcome to you both. Congrats to you both for this play, which is, for now anyway, through a limited engagement through February 15th. Sam, starting with you, tell us just where this idea came from. Walk us through the origins of Little Bear Ridge Road.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty simple. I mean, Laurie and the play's director, Joe Mantello, who have collaborated many times. This is your seventh collaboration together? So. They approached me a couple of years ago and asked me to write them a play for Laurie's return to Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago, where we premiered the play about 14, 15 months ago. Laurie has been one of my favorite actors since I was a young kid, and so it was an easy yes for me. And it was just like a really easy collaboration. I think that like Laurie fits my sensibility so well because I think my plays traffic in sort of humor and tragedy living side by side. And, you know, there are big laugh lines in this play, and then 2 seconds later, there are moments of tragedy, and you navigate that so beautifully. So
let me ask you, Sam, you come from out in Idaho.
I do.
And so you're writing an environment, writing about and having a play about that environment. Did you have any concern that whether that kind of setting would sell on Broadway? Because it's a smash hit. Obviously, you have one of the best actors that you could get, but you're still dealing with an environment that does not seem Times Square-ish.
That's right.
For a lot of us.
Yeah, I mean, I've been writing plays set in Idaho my entire career. I think this is the 13th or 14th play that I've premiered in New York City. All of them have been set in Idaho. I guess there was like maybe a concern about like putting it in a bigger house, but I've always just felt like I'm not going to compromise my voice, for lack of a better term, you know, for a larger house. And I think we've been vindicated. I think, you know, the play is doing so well. It's found its audience. So yeah.
So Laurie, I mean, you've been on Broadway for, you know, sort of equal parts television and Broadway for so much of your career. I know Broadway is always so special. What was it about this play, though, that really spoke to you, that made you want to jump at the opportunity to do it? I mean, I guess it was really built for you, but was there something that was like particularly compelling?
Well, it's the first time that a role has ever been created for me.
It's amazing.
Specifically for me. And so it fits like a glove, you know, naturally. And I love the sense of humor in it, and it is my favorite thing to do is to mix the comedy and the drama. I love flipping back and forth like that as fast as possible. Yeah, the play stays out ahead of the audience. That's great. I love this spare set that we have. When I first read the play, it just stipulated a couch in a void, and that's what we have. But I think it works beautifully. It looks beautiful up on the. It looks like a floating couch, and the couch has a bit of a. It's hard to describe personality of its own. The couch does things that you wouldn't expect.
It's good casting. That couch.
Yes, there was casting.
Yeah,
couch,
it was a process.
But anyway,
the couch also receiving rave reviews. Laurie, Susan Page is in Washington and has the next question.
Yeah, congratulations on this great success. You know, we had this huge shared experience, the whole country, the whole world with COVID. And I wonder, is COVID a kind of character in this play? And if it is, when you tap the kind of experiences we all had during the time of COVID, what is it that we're tapping?
You know, I think the play is set during the course of the pandemic, but it's really not about the pandemic in any way. I mean, I in part wanted to write a play about watching television. And that was such a big part of the pandemic for so many people. So I think it reflects that kind of like period of like where it felt like time didn't exist. You know what I mean? But again, like the play is really about the relationship between you and Micah Stock's character, your nephew.
Right, and as a convention, the pandemic keeps them locked together.
That's right.
So there is no leaving, and it's you know, the aunt and the nephew are having to situate themselves and work stuff out.
And Laura, as a final quick last question, do you find what's been the response of the audience to that? Because for so many people, the pandemic was so hard. It's like we've all blacked it out. We don't want to even think about it. You know, but now you're asking, hey, sit here and engage with us during that moment.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's prevalent. There's an overall hint of it, but we don't dwell on it. But when somebody in the opening scene shows up with a mask on, I'm sure everybody is immediately taken back to, wow, how did I spend those 2 years? What did I get done? What did I get done? Did I accomplish anything at all? Yeah, so it's visually, it's just an instant reminder of that was a huge period in all of our lives.
It certainly was. The highly acclaimed new play, Little Bear Ridge Road, is on Broadway at the Booth Theater right now through February 15th. Actress Laurie Metcalf and playwright Samuel D. Hunter, our thanks to you both. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with here on Morning Joe with a look at a very busy week in Washington.